Okay, I'll show you how to lash two logs that are side by side together. And I'm starting out here. I got a slip knot on this one over the end here. And now you can separate these with a stick to begin with if you want. And because what you're going to do is we're going to actually put some loops around here, or wraps they call these. I'll move this in here. And we'll wrap these up. And so sometimes, well, when we get done wrapping, then we're going to do another thing called a frap. And we need some room in between here, so you can use a little stick if you want. And if you're going to use a stick, you want to use a stick that's about the same size as what your cordage is. And so you can stick that in there, do your wraps, pull this out, and then you can do your frap. Now I'm just going to use this little knob right here instead of a stick, and stick that against there. That'll give me a little excess room there to work with. So then what you want to do is you want to do some wraps, and so I'm going to go ahead and wrap these now. Question comes up quite often: how many do you do? Well, what you want to try and do, a rule of thumb or something to shoot for, it doesn't have to be exact, is you want your wraps to be about as wide as your wood is thick. And so if I put another one on there now, that's about what I got. Maybe I'll go one more. You can't go wrong. And so then I put these in here like this. Now these can be a little bit loose, which they are. And at this point, all of these are holding these, but they're working as an individual. And so what we want to do, these are called the wraps. We got the wraps on there now. And this very next step is what's going to really put the power to this knot. And so what we're going to do now is a frap. And a frap is actually going to tie all these ropes together. When we do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the end of this, stick this down through here. Now these fraps are going to come around this way. Okay. And I do several of these. I do 2 or 3 of them at least, and pull them tight. When you pull them tight, that really makes the power on this knot. See, when I pull these in here like this, and then you pull those tight, and you want those real tight, as tight as you can get them. We'll go one more. I'm going to do a 4th one here. But that one is just going to kind of hold this rope when we get it all done. You can tie off again. Got a slip knot here. You could do a clove hitch, dipper hitch, or a half hitch, or whatever. On the other one, that works just fine. But I'm going to leave this. There's another way you can do it. I'm going to leave this a little bit loose here, and we'll send this through one more time. And then what I'll do is bring this up through here. What I'm going to do is take the end of this and send it right up through there like that. And then when I pull this tight, that'll end up holding this in place. If I do it like that. Then I could just trim this if I want, or continue on to the next log. But this right here is a very powerful knot now. When you frap these together and you pull them all like this, it really tightens these up. And now all of these work as one knot. They aren't working as individuals. And this is a good, strong lashing right like that. That will put up with a lot of abuse, and it'll hang right in there. And it's a good lashing, good way to do two logs together. You can do multiples as well. If you were going to do a whole row of them, one of the things you could do is lay another one on top and lash these to the top. But if you want to lash these together and the next one so on, what you do is make sure you get a little gap and then alternate, have a lashing over here and then a lashing and so on and so forth. So that's the way to really make a strong lashing there. So when we do crisscross, we'll show you how to do that. There's two kind of lashings you can do there. So this is a really strong lashing. So go ahead and practice these. And it doesn't take much practice. You get the hang of it. And the real power comes in right here in this frap. And tighten those down as tight as you can get these to tighten. I mean, when I push on them now, there's no looseness there. So that's what you want in a good solid knot that way.